Morning to you and yours, and welcome back to Morning Live for the Sports Desk. My name is Vusiwe Ngobo. Now, tomorrow is certainly a big day for South African football, as the country will once again be divided into two as the Buccaneers host Kaizer Chiefs in yet another Soweto derby. Now, joining us to discuss expectations in the game are two gentlemen who really need no introduction when it comes to South African football. We are joined by Kaizer Chiefs legend Dr. Khumalo, as well as the bold and the beautiful Phumudzo Manenzhe. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on Sport on Morning Live.
Good morning to you.
Now,
and to the viewers.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I'm going to start with you. Now, it really is a beautifully poised Soweto derby, and it's going to be a big game for both teams, particularly looking at the log standings where they both tied on points. Although Siyazuguti Kaizer Chiefs, they do have the certain uncertainty with those two games involving Cape Town City as well as Golden Arrows. It's going to be a beautiful derby nonetheless.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful derby because I think for the past couple of months, Kaizer Chiefs were like out of the top 8 and they bounced back and they were position 6, 7. But now they redeemed themselves. Now they are like third on the log. They won against Baroka, a difficult team to play against. And they are going to play Pirates that have been involved in CAF games. And that on its own, you know, I think it has strengthened up Orlando Pirates, because if you watch the games against Leopards from Swaziland, you know, they scored 2 goals in a critical phase that was like in 10 minutes, and Pirates came back. But now I'm not too sure what's going to happen tomorrow.
None of us know what's going to happen tomorrow. Now, Phumdzo, maybe you can give us a little bit of insight on what we can expect. We've seen that both these two teams have a very different tactical approach to the game. Now, who's most likely to win that tactical battle?
As they say, it's the endless battle this weekend. And when you're looking at this weekend's game going into the games, one might look at Kaizer Chiefs' preparation, because they had the whole week to prepare without playing a game. Orlando Pirates played midweek, and that will affect the tempo of the game when you're looking at Orlando Pirates, because Kaizer Chiefs had more than 5 days to prepare for this game. Pirates played on Wednesday, so there won't be a lot of training for Orlando Pirates, but just regeneration and recovery sessions to be able to freshen up the players for the weekend. But when you're looking at it, you're also looking at a derby where form does not count for anything when it's the Soweto derby. And may the best team win. And there's just a couple of players that will really light up this derby.
Is that an excuse?
He's just putting it out there. He's just putting it out there.
That's Jay for control. I mean, I just want to know, is that an excuse now? Because it happened before. Chiefs played during the week, they played weekend. So is that a new thing now?
Is
that an excuse now? Yeah, all right.
Unakovic was suspended this weekend.
No, answer the question. Is that an excuse now?
Unakovic was suspended weekend.
Okay, let's move Phumudzo off the hot seat for 2 seconds there. Now, you've touched on the big players. Now, we've seen big players, they win big games. Doctor, who are those players likely to be for Kaizer Chiefs that can get the job done for Baxter? We know the Amakosi faithful have been calling for him to be removed from that seat as their head coach. So who's going to get the job done for him tomorrow?
I think we don't want to single out any individual, because Kaizer Chiefs always go out there as unity, you know. But I would like to see Kama, you know, continuing scoring goals and with his form, and also Dolly there, you know. But the most, I can say, a problem that I think they need to sort out is at the back. You know, the back four, if they get that defense correctly, then they're sorted.
And Phumudzo, on your side, in terms of Orlando Pirates and the players to look out for, and I mean, Doctor's talking about how they've been competing in the CAF Confederation Cup and how that has helped them. We've seen the likes of Bandile Shandu also just coming to the party for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, you're looking at Bandile Shandu that plays as a fullback, always adding numerical advantage going forward for Orlando Pirates. He has contributed in 6 goals so far in all competitions, plus the 1 assist. Dion Otto becomes an important member of this Orlando Pirates team, with Dion Otto scoring 5 goals for Orlando Pirates, 9 assists. That will be the key for Deon Otto with the 9 assists, because he's the one that provides the goals, create the goals for them. And up front, the target man, the young man from Ghana, Pepra, really hit the ground running now. He's understanding the runs of his teammates. So for me, the 3 key players would be Shandu, Deon Otto, and also Pepra up front.
And I mean, Phumudzo, I know you spoke about form does nothing when it comes to the Soweto derby, but we look at Orlando Pirates, currently unbeaten at home in their last 7 games. They will be looking to continue with that momentum, but they are up against a Kaizer Chiefs side that performs excellently away from home.
Yeah, you'll have to look at the history of the last 5 derbies in all competitions. In the last 5 derbies in all competitions, Orlando Pirates has won 3, Kaizer Chiefs has only won 2. Orlando Pirates scoring 8 goals in that period, and Kaizer Chiefs only scoring 4. So they will look at that history and say, we need to make the supporters proud. They need to continue with this endless battle. The last time the 2 teams met, we know that Kick and Dolly scored a brace, and then Mutambo scored the other goal, which meant that Kaizer Chiefs ended up winning that game by 2-1. But this is a different game. This is a new game, and our supporters are hungry to have smiles on their faces, and the only way to have smiles on their faces is by winning the game over the weekend.
Certainly. Now, Doc, let's talk about the goalkeepers for Kaizer Chiefs. For the most part, they've been on rotation, but we've seen Akbay getting a better part of playing in the big games. Is there a concern for Amakosi fans after we've seen some of the errors that he's made that have cost them in a couple of the last big games?
No, that department is solid. They've got 4 or 5 of the best keepers in the country. Yeah, you can name them, but any player that will be selected for tomorrow's game, I think he'll go out and do the job. And I know very well that Stuart, he's got a better history when it comes to the derby. He only lost once to Orlando Pirates. And when you look at it, I mean, also, the last time I saw the derby, Pirates donated some goals for Kaizer Chiefs because their back 4, always you find them wanting. They don't know whether they choked or what. But what I know is that the goalkeeping department, the only problem is that the back 4, he has to come up with the guys that will do the job for Kaizer Chiefs and put the smile on the supporters.
Certainly. I'm not sure if Phumudzo agrees there with Pirates gifting Kaizer Chiefs there. But let's just... Yes,
Phumudzo. From center to back pass.
Tina sine defender ebuya ku AFCON. Sine defender ebuya ku AFCON Tina. Olisanda ubuya ku AFCON. Angazi ukuthi bona ubani baye ku AFCON. Tina sino Kabatino Mango 3 games 3 goals ubuya ku AFCON. Ufuna ngiqhubeke? Yeah. Nina labo bana babuya ku AFCON.
You've touched on a player I want you to delve in a little bit more on there, Kabadinho Mango. We know that in the past couple of games, we're not really seeing much of him at Pirates, and there have been a lot of questions asked. Why is he being overlooked, especially given his performance at the AFCON? What are your thoughts on tomorrow's Soweto derby and whether or not he should be in that starting 11?
Now you want me to speak, and then Doc quickly phones Naturena and gives the information to the people in Naturena. That is our ace, that's our ace. That's our secret weapon. A lot of people are not expecting him to be at this derby, but he's going to be the surprise package. We're talking about a man here that is forceful, is speedy, nippy, goes past defenders, and he's going to be the ace for Mandla Ngigadi and also Fadlu Davids. I'm looking at him coming on in the game in the last 30 or 20 minutes of the game and impact the game and influence the game positively. It's always good for a coach to keep a striker hungry, to keep a striker angry, to keep a striker looking forward to a game. He has not played. He has wanted game time since he returned from AFCON. What a way to unleash him with all that anger, with all that hunger at Kaizer Chiefs defenders.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time this morning. We have run out of time, but just quickly, who's going to win tomorrow? Score predictions. Doc?
2-1.
2-1 Kaizer Chiefs. Phumudzo?
Yes.
You remember generations? There was
Phumdzo.
generations, and then there was generations, the legacy. Now they are relying on the CBD. That was Mamelodi Sundowns CBD. Now their CBD is called CBD the legacy. There's nothing that they're going to do with that CBD the legacy. Orlando Pirates are winning tomorrow by 3-1.
3-1. Those are certainly bold predictions coming in there. Thank you so much to the gentlemen. Dr. Khumalo as well as Phumudzo Manenzhe. They will be part of the team doing the build-up on SABC 1 for the Soweto derby that starts at 2:30 on SABC 1. Thank you so much, gentlemen. That's how we wrap up the sports desk for now. I'll see you guys again on Monday. That's it for your sports news for today. Have yourselves a blessed weekend. We take you now to an ad break.